What's up, guys? This is the very first episode of Jump Into Swim. So, thanks for being here and supporting it. This obviously is going to be the first of many. I'm very, very excited to kind of get this thing launched. It's going to be really, really powerful, I hope, to most of you. I hope it's very inviting, very motivational. The fact of the matter is, why I want to do this is just a little bit about me. I'm self-employed. I have my own S corp. I have a couple partnerships as well that I'm working on right now. Him being included, that's why he's kind of here. Before I'm any, I guess, acting more rude, hey, this is Alex. He's actually the producer.
How's it going, guys?
So I wanted him. He's just really good. He has his own. Don't you have your own videography company?
Formerly, yeah, I left the company.
What?
I started it, successful, still goes on, but we just.
You and EJ, right?
It was Drew Schaefer, Jason Weil, Jack Johns, and Mac Burton, who we all, over the course of about a year and a half, ended up trickling out to where Drew runs it himself now, and he's doing a great job with it. So it's pretty cool to see it still flourish.
Well, well, there you go. That's fucking awesome. But that just explains why he's here. Not only is Alex the producer, and he's going definitely to help take this show to the next level. We're going to try and get technical with it. Not something that's, the fact that this is my office, actually, my home office. Fucking, if you've seen Wolf of Wall Street, you know what this is. So it's literally just, it's so comical. You can't, not look at it and just laugh, because you can hear him in this scene, if you guys recall, in this fucking scene, he's laughing awkwardly because he just low-key bribed a federal agent. And it's fucking funny. It's just good. It's just a good movie. He did an incredible job with this. Fucking love Jordan Belfort. There is a app called The Mentor. It's $7 a month. It's fucking awesome. They have literally the authors of these certain books that they've actually created. In case you didn't know this as well, the authors themselves, they do the videos. They're literally basically giving you almost like spark notes of what their book is about. And it's usually, each one's like an hour, maybe two max in length. They have a study book on it, but it's literally the authors of the books actually doing this, so it's fucking sweet. But yeah, $7 a month. And the reason I brought that up was because Jordan Belfort is on that. But point is, so getting back on topic with things, Jump Into Swim. The title came actually from, I was a huge fan. Wish I would have ever met the guy, but Mac Miller, R.I.P. to that. Are you a big fan of him?
I don't really listen to much rap music, honestly.
That's true, you don't. You're all about that fucking Tom Petty era.
Jazz.
Like jazz. Jazz, yeah. But he has a song. It's called 2009, and that song actually was there's a line in there. He says, you got to jump in the swim. The light was dim in this life of sin. Now every day I wake up and breathe. I don't have it all, but that's all right by me. So I think that's a really fucking cool line. But jump in the swim he's right. And I think Mac, as an artist, he left his fans to kind of, figure out the song for themselves, kind of make it about themselves, make it on their own personal takeaway, which is super fucking cool. So that's kind of what this is. I want you guys to have your own type of takeaway. I hope that what I say makes sense, and it's only positive vibes. I know that's so cheesy to say, but that's really what it's about. And I'm really excited to fucking share some stuff and just, be what it is, and kind of simplify everything that I just said. This is an A to Z podcast. Yes, it is going to be geared towards, going off on your own, being kind of a business owner, being your own entity. You don't have to feel the pressure of, fuck, if I don't go to college for 4 years, what the fuck am I going to do? You don't have to feel that pressure. It's geared towards being an entrepreneur, However else I can put that. But we're going to talk about a lot of fucking shit on here. Just rambling on some fucking bullshit, whatever. I hope we're entertaining. But to kind of kick everything off, Alex, as I already introduced, is the producer of the show. However, how we met was actually a crazy story. It was pretty weird. So you wouldn't believe it if I told you, but he's actually 5 years younger than I am. So I'll be 28 next month, and he's 23 years old. And you just literally turned 23, didn't you?
November.
Yeah. So I mean, close enough. But I was 21, working at GNC.
Wonderful Brian Dvorsky.
The fucking Brian Dvorsky motherfucker. If you ever see this episode, we should seek him out and
I tried to call him, actually, just randomly.
What? Really?
Yeah, he never answered. I think he might have. Well, the voicemail's still on there, so it's definitely his phone still.
It's basically him, his wife, and his cats.
I forgot about the cats. He wasn't crazy, but it was.
No, it was just Brian was super fucking cool. So he was really overweight in high school in his younger years, from what I remember, and then he lost it all.
He lost 100.
And I think it was more. It was 160, dude.
Yeah.
I saw his old photo. It didn't. He looked like he was in a fucking sumo costume.
Dude,
it looked fake.
Mike Myers.
Yeah.
That bastard.
It fucking looked fake. And but I mean, it was cool though, because that's why he was at GNC, because he was fucking passionate about it. He was like, hey, and that's this is actually a great fucking point. See, you just kind of get led into it. This fucking works out. His desire to fucking do what he did to lose that weight, and Brian wasn't about any bullshit.
No.
He fucking did not like any bullshit. If you were fucking late, no excuse. I get it, your car broke down, or it was fucking cold outside and you forgot to turn your car on and you had to scrape ice and shit, you didn't count for that time. He didn't give a fuck. But what he did give a shit about was he didn't take people's excuses. So if someone came in, I saw on Dr. Oz the fucking, what was that stupid shit they made us sell all the time?
Garcinia
Cambogia. And fucking Keystone fucking ketones. Raspberry ketones, Keystone. Always smooth.
Yeah, we're selling Keystone as your latest and greatest.
So we'd have fucking middle-aged women, or even sometimes younger stay-at-home moms and shit like that. They would and they'd be like, yes, I saw on fucking Dr. Oz these raspberry ketones, and I was wondering what you thought of them. Okay, first of fucking all, if you're gonna sit there and watch that, it's like fucking today's news. Everyone's fucking fake news, the media, CNN, all that fucking bullshit. Yeah, I fucking said it. I don't give a fuck. That being said, that's exactly how I perceive that motherfucker. Fucking Dr. Oz. I want to see your doctor. Dr. Oz, if you ever fucking hey man, I don't know you, you know me, I ain't calling you out nothing, but show the world your doctorate, motherfucker.
Maybe for bullshit university.
Yeah.
You know,
So I studied these lines over and over again, and my writers of the show told me raspberry ketones.
I would bet that he more likely has a doctorate in psychology than in medicine. You know, because he tricks all these people.
That's probably it.
I think the only thing he's ever been good on was green tea.
You need to be on fucking what, conspiracies on fucking Netflix, man. That's big.
I've probably watched every single one of those.
Those are good.
I watched all of that.
They're fucking mind blowing. And then did you watch the Hitler one was real fucking crazy. That one was with yeah, they were saying that, and then because they had the theory of Antarctica, where the warships went down there and built a fucking like a trench in the bottom of this ice cap. Are you fucking kidding me? It made sense because their alibi was, we need to go down to a terrain that is a lot like the Russians, because he was afraid of the Soviet Union if I am correct on that, all you history buffs out there. But I think he was afraid on that, and then that's why he sat down. He's like, well, fuck, if they come and attack us, we need to know what their terrain is, because that shit's hard. I mean, that's like some fucking shitty terrain to be able to learn how to fight in. Like, can you imagine like pulling like a gun trigger in like -40? It's gonna, you know.
Well, in the metal back then, the alloys probably were broken.
Oh, that's fucking true.
If they got any sort of roughed up.
Dude,
Well,
if their feet got like fucking wet, like by any means, and then that negative temperatures, they'd have like literally, they'd be like fucking Mr. Adam Sandler, Mr. Deeds with his black foot. Did you see that? He goes, I know it's gross, just grab it. It's so gross. So anyway, back on topic, GNC. Brian, you're fucking cool, man. You're really a great idea on, and a great topic of this show in general, based on who you are as a person. You definitely, he taught me a lot, to be honest.
And you leave an impression. You know, we wouldn't still be talking about Brian Dvorsky 7 years later.
No, and that's honestly, it's not a part of the story on the fact that yes, we did meet at GNC, but you know, we brought you up and we're rambling on about you just because you're fucking, yeah, that's cool, man. Like, you don't take bullshit, and that's what this is about. It's literally about saying the fucking shit that's on everyone's mind, and then actually being the one to actually fucking say it. Like, that's his mentality, and that's what you need as an individual to basically drive towards being self-employed or no longer resting on like a large corporation or anything else. But so yeah, salute to you, man. But anyway, so with GNC, Alex was 16, I was 21. I thought this motherfucker was like 21.
They actually didn't know you're not allowed to get hired if you're under 18.
I fucking forgot about that.
They didn't know until after they hired me.
And they were like, oh shit. And so like, because no one would have guessed. So he was like, his height now, what he, 6'2"? Close to it?
I'm like 6'1.5".
So, fucking 6'2". Don't, just fucking add it up, round it up like every other cock out there. For those of you who don't know, I'm pushing 5'7". I'm right there. Depends. If I'm in boots, I'm 5'7". But
6 foot if you round up.
Yeah, if I round up, who's gonna fudge these numbers? Whatever. But I thought he's big. You know, what were you, like 200 pounds still then? Close to it?
Yeah, I was about 215.
So those of you who don't know, Alex, he ended up, after we met, well, first, before I get there, one of the very first stories Alex told me, because we were getting to know each other, and I found out he was 16. I was like, what the fuck? And, you know, you give him the benefit of the doubt. It's not like you're going back to your old high school or something like that, and, you know, I don't know if any of you guys did this, but I was really tight-knit with, like, a couple teachers.
Yeah, 100%.
You know, shout out Miss Kastner. You know, she actually gave me my diploma. You know, when you walk at graduation. So it was down between her and Sean Andrews. He was my wrestling coach, and I chose her because like Sean and I had and I feel bad even talking about it because it's not like it was really hard to choose. I got so much out of both of them. I really have both of them to thank for where I'm at today because they were the ones that really, really believed that you could do something that maybe others said that you couldn't. And they didn't just tell you that to give you that fucking bullshit like, oh, I believe in you, Tommy, even though I know you're going to be a track star one day, even though you're a paraplegic. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's so. You know what I mean? But like, he's gonna be like a bionic man. You know what I mean? Like, you know, that's okay, great. But anyway, yeah, like she was great, and often it just wasn't like that. You know, you go in the halls and you see these like kids, and they're like, who the fuck is this guy? Like, and I still look like their age. I'm 21, still look like their age, you know, whatever. But like, who the fuck is this guy? But either way, Alex, on one of his first stories, we were just sitting there fucking shooting the shit, and we became good friends. It was pretty cool. Who are?
Spacey and his friends.
Yeah, you know what? I haven't touched his butthole yet, but I will. So call for me, Alex. Jesus. But he told me this story, and I'll give you the field on this one, but go through it all. You were dating a girl. You were at the movie's parking lot. Go ahead. I'll open up the field.
No,
to you.
it was at we were going to sit on the bank of Griggs Reservoir. Right? We were just.
That's off Riverside, isn't it?
Yeah, it's off Riverside.
That's right.
And we parked in one of the parking lots. If you're from Columbus, you know there's a lot of little side lots on it that you can go and just sit on the beach or something. And as soon as we parked, this whole band of friggin' gypsies pulled up. You know, I don't know, they were like these high school hippie kids, and they dressed way stupid. And
like high school hippie, as in like
like
were they like the fucking kids from 21 Jump Street, like the revised cool kids of the group? You know what I mean?
Hipsters hadn't come around at that point. Remember, it was all about the drug rug at that point. That's when
That's right.
Those
because it was
Caribbean
like
ponchos came out and people just started wearing drug rugs as an.
was this 2011 or 12, somewhere around there?
12, yeah.
2012. That's right. So anyway, go ahead.
Anyway, and this dumbass band of hippies roll up, and there's like 5 of them piled in like a Dodge Neon or something, you know? It looked like a clown car. And they're like, "This is our spot, man. You gotta get the fuck out." It's like.
What entitled them to say that? Did you ask that question at all? Like, who?
Well, those are the revised people growing up now, so they know a little bit about being entitled.
You were just like, didn't fucking see your name on it, like, be that fucking asshole. Anyway.
I claim this for my forefathers. You know? But and from there I was like, no, dude, we're gonna start like egging your car or something, like.
What?
And I just something compelled me at that point.
That's so aggressive.
My overwhelming 16-year-old self just got up out of my sunroof and they go, "This is our spot," and I unzip, like just out the zipper. I didn't pull down my pants. It was just out the zipper and pop out my balls. I go, "Well, these are my balls." Fuck, man, these are my balls, and they just drive away. It was an existential experience to say the least. And that was the only time my balls came out that night, so at least it was for a good
Oh, man. Yeah, whoever he was dating, and you listen to this, you fucked up. But anyway, that's just raw, man. That's some crazy shit. Can you imagine being 16? Fucking all of you picture yourself at 16 right now and taking your nutsack out of your like fucking zipper hole and then think that you're gonna flash that to some hippie kids in fucking the 2012 era when they thought they were so fucking cool, like oh yeah, like weed's finally legalized in California. This is Dublin, Ohio. Were you in like Dublin or something? Yeah. You were at the AMC in Dublin. Like, this is Dublin, Ohio. So yeah, I don't know if you're aware, but that's still legal. But anyway, that's.
Not anymore. Medical got approved.
Well, now it's medical, yeah. I'm saying at that time, in your moment.
I was just being a jackass.
Yeah, fuck yourself. But yeah, that's like the crazy shit Alex was up to. He's 16, and again, this should also lead you to believe, just as a persona, you gotta be really. It's an immature act, I'll give you that. But you gotta be really mature and know yourself to be able to whip your balls out to some random strangers. So, what I'm getting at is.
Future Louis C.K.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
I'm sorry.
No.
I derailed you.
It's fine. But what I'm getting at is the difference. I'm still fucking thinking about what you just said. The difference of us in our 20s. So you're on that break point of millennials, right? Because you were
technically Gen X.
No, it would be Z. Because
Gen X now, right? No, Gen X is 90s. You're right.
Well, no, Gen X is
You.
Gen X was from 65 to
Oh,
80,
that's the baby
84, 85.
So then Gen Z, because then after Gen Z was millennials.
Yes. So no. After Gen X was millennials. 1985 was the cutoff for Generation X. Then it was millennials, and now Generation Z, I believe, is 1996 up until like now.
So I was born in 95.
Then you are a millennial.
No, millennials 96 on, I thought.
No,
I think it depends
hold on.
where you look. I thought it was
I'm
96.
I'm fucking typing this in. Millennial. How the fuck do I say that? Millennial age. Oh, age group. Millennial age group. Fucking Google like had it for me. Anyone born between 1981 and 1996, ages 23 to 38 in 2019, is considered a millennial, and anyone born from 97 onward is part of the new generation. So, you're at that cutoff, man. You're fucking right there. So, let's chat about that, though. So, Alex being 16, I'll tell you what I was. When I was 16, I was fucking like not whipping my balls out in front of strangers. I wasn't doing that. Like, you know, that's some pretty crazy stuff, to be honest. It is. But the point is, we're in our 20s now. I'll be 28 next month. Alex, as he stated too, he just turned 23 in November. When I was 23, and where this all kind of came up, I was working at LA Fitness, and at the time I was so embedded into kind of I want to party, I want to drink, I want to do all this stuff, but then I still wanted to make enough money so I didn't have to fucking call mommy anymore, you know? So 23 was at LA Fitness. I was just kind of getting into my GM role, like a general manager. So I originally got hired on as a trainer there, and then I ended up becoming into sales. So I did sales counseling, and then after that I was a weekend general manager or an assistant general manager. They call it a weekend general manager because the GM has basically most of Saturday off and all of Sunday off. Whoa. Still have to come in on a fucking Saturday. Anyway, became a GM, and when I hit my first bonus, it was crazy. I was, 24 when I hit my first bonus. It was like right after that. So I was 24 years old, and I hit this bonus, and it was fucking nuts. In 2 weeks, I fucking have the screenshot of actually I can look at my bank statements, and I can. In 2 weeks, it was like $6,800 paycheck. When you're 24, you're like, what the fuck? That was crazy. It was fucking nuts. So I did with some of it. I paid off, like I told you, I paid off my credit card, and the rest I just fucking spent. And I don't think that was me at 23, 24. And I know you're just freshly 23, but that even just puts a further lid on how fucking immature I was and how stupid it was, and gearing towards what this podcast is about. It's about learning from your fucking mistakes and not doing the same fucking bullshit that everyone else is kind of, with me at that time, I had a year left of school at Ohio State, and I didn't fucking go back, and I never did. So it took me until a certain point, and I'll get to that. But point is, Alex is 23, and what do you got going on now, man? You just graduated and all that shit. So tell us about you, man. You were at the Air Force, and
Yeah. So I graduated high school in 2014. I was lucky enough to receive a scholarship to the Air Force Academy to play football, and I played there and attended there for a year and 9 months. And I grew up a lot there because it's not to say I didn't have my phase of being a complete and total shithead.
So the military did definitely. That's not a
Yeah.
stereotype. It's like, oh fuck, like
Yeah.
this is some real shit.
18 and 19, up until my last semester there, maybe last year, but I got my share of partying out there, going up to Denver and Boulder and Fort Collins, and being at 8,000 feet and down in a fifth of whiskey does a little something to you. Especially when it's in a span of an hour and a half and going out and making a fool. And
Hey.
I'd even come back here and visit people
Oh.
on campuses. I visited Capitals campus one time because I had a bunch of buddies who played there, and there was like a big construction zone, and I went into the construction zone, cigar in mouth. I still have a picture on my phone. Drunk as a fucking skunk. I take a fire hydrant from the construction zone and start carrying it above my head and go and dumped it on like the soccer field or something. Like I had my days. That's for sure.
Dude, if you'd been caught, you'd been fucked.
Yeah.
They would have kicked you out for that, wouldn't they?
Oh yeah. That would have been bad. But
He's out now, pussies.
I felt the need to transfer back to Ohio State to finish my education because I wanted to go into finance, in the high finance. And I transferred back, played for another 2 years under Coach Meyer, and
Woo! Go Bucks!
Go Bucks. But I grew up a lot in coming back, and because like we talked a little bit about earlier, as soon as I came back, the first thing I did was start a business with 5 of my good friends, and made some money, lost some money, and came out about even.
What made you start to like a business? Why did you do that when you were 21 years old?
Yeah, I've always had the business mindset. I was studying economics and Japanese with a focus in finance at the Air Force Academy. Decided I wanted to do more than just be a number cruncher for the military. And I always had a business mindset. The mom's side of my family owns a very large commercial pool building company in Ohio. We have some cousins that have started their own endeavors and done very well. And it's a little bit ingrained, I guess.
You know what's interesting is, and I forgot to mention too that in my come up, based on when I was 23, yeah. I owned my first business as well. I was a partner. I had 2 other partners in a Supzilla. It was the one in Clinton. Yeah, it was the one in Clintonville. And so I was a business owner first when I was 23. It was at the Supzilla that used to be in Clintonville. We ended up. Yep. Oh fucking dude. That's some like, if you are like really like stopped up and you just shit, you go to TJ's.
I thought you were about to say something good, like
no.
Man, this was low key place. Like, hey, if you got a shit,
yeah, you do. It's not wrong though.
I've never had it.
Dude, it's the countryest food of just anything you can imagine.
Waffle House of Cracker Barrel.
Yes, yes. Crackle Barrel, Jesus, man. We're drinking whiskey, by the way. Well, I'm all out. It's fucking up there. You can't see it's off camera, but
I'm not an alcoholic.
what is it? Is it a Balvenie? Is that what it is?
Caribbean aged.
Yeah, 14-year. Fucking
Caribbean rum casks.
Caribbean, like fucking Jack Sparrow. Well, this is rum gone. Well, it ain't, motherfucker. This is whiskey.
Do you have any on
you all right, dude? So he freaked out. He was like, "What the fuck's going on?" But no, point is, so I did own one, and but I was still like, all I did was ever like, I didn't really manage it. It was mostly it was my partners that did, and it wasn't even. And we worked at LA Fitness together.
Yeah.
And his wife at the time, she basically was running the store mostly and managing it, and then Jordan would do it on his day off or I would. That's basically how we made it work. And I would go over there on, some days, outside of that too, just to help out as much as I could. But either way, I honestly did not fucking do what I should have to get that store to where it could have been. So we bought it from a gentleman named Ryan, and Supzilla they have multiple locations, and mostly all in Ohio. I think there's Indiana now, and then Florida. But at the time, it was just Ohio, I believe. And when we bought it from Ryan, we had to get it up on his feet. It was in a really weird location because you could only see it on High Street coming south if you're driving south. So that limits you. It was in a really big designated area. I think the population in a general, like a 10-mile radius or something, was like 100,000. So it was a lot. And I just did a shitty job, to be honest. It's really what it came down to. So Alex is here now. Obviously, this show ain't fucking shit, but like, he's here now and he has videography skills and he's a producer and he started his own fucking company, and now obviously you're not doing much with it right now, but still, it seems like you had your first run at it better than I did at my first run at being a business owner. So, what do you like?
It's all about what you experience, especially when something is so fleeting as a 1 or 2 year endeavor. I don't think you can really measure it on any fiscal or quality standpoint. It's just all about the experience that you get with it, because now you can look back and like, wow, I really fucked this up. I could have done better. And I look back and there's a lot of good things we did and a lot of bad things we did, and it all could have done better. And that's I think everybody at some point should try and start their own endeavor, even if they're whoever working behind the desk as a secretary part-time because her husband makes enough money or wife makes enough money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, nowadays that's a lot. I actually, a couple of my clients in the restoration business, I've met a few that were stay-at-home dads, which it was cool. It was cool to see the difference of that, like, as we will completely see more and more of that.
When I believe that, if I read correctly, that our age group, like the 20 to 30, women make more than like we do because
Really?
more are staying at home.
Oh. Well, now you have like 8 years ago, like Amazon FBA came out. If you got in with that shit, now you're making good money, if you did it right and you stuck with it. But no, that's crazy.
I think that it's as a whole. I think it's pretty equal, male to female. But I think as a age group, you took all the females and all the males.
So it's not subjective to a specific trade or anything like that. I gotcha.
The amassment of women are making more than the amassment of
men. I didn't know that. That's interesting.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised. I mean, I just told you I was lazy as shit. Like, whatever. A little different now, obviously, but yeah. So the takeaway from that in general is, I mean, everyone's you got to grow up faster. I'm sure a lot of everyone, have you seen the kid that was in the MAGA hat smiling at the Native Americans? It's been all over the fucking like shit right now. So, and there was like that side of the perspective versus the other side of, well, the Native American gentleman, I guess, approached him and did it on, it's all perspective. And no one can tell you how to live your life. No one can tell you how your emotions should be. If you want to feel one fucking way, then you're going to feel that fucking way. And you have every right to do that. So why beat somebody up about that?
Right.
Like, but there's fine lines between what's, I guess, accepted and acceptable to be respectful, because that's the other problem. No one can fucking talk about Trump or Hillary or the wall or any fucking thing if you're two opposing sides, one is for the wall and one is not, then you guys cannot talk or have a genuine conversation to where you don't want to fucking cut each other's head off or fucking freak out on each other. You can't. It doesn't happen now.
Yeah.
I legitimately I can't have that unless it's with like my good buddies or my girlfriend as well. Erin's she's very level-headed, so like we can have genuine conversations if we have different point of views on something and not want to kill each other. So, but yeah, like it's interesting to see how different we are in our 20s. Like I'm more well off than you right now, but again, I'm 28. What are you going to be when you're 25, like what are you going to be when you're 28? How much further off are you going to be than where I'm at right now? And we don't know that. I mean, we're partnering up in something now, so that's also something else, not just this. We're partnering up in other business endeavors, and you head out to New York in like 2 weeks, right?
Yeah, like 2 or 3 weeks. Gonna go out there for my training.
Cool.
And move out full time sometime after May.
Yeah.
When our lease is up. It's gonna be a good deal.
It's fucking sweet, man. No, I'm excited, and that's the thing too, guys. Partnerships, and you really truly need that because everyone has something else to bring to the table.
Oh, 100%.
It's great to start out on your own, but if you truly want to grow, you have to have lasting bonds, something you can trust. And I'm gonna be a meme right now. And hey, man, can I have your jewel? Can I take a hit off your jewel? Where the fuck's the front of it?
Doesn't matter where the front is. It's symmetrical.
I forgot about that. Fuck.
Yeah, it's not like a octahedron or something.
This tastes like I just brushed my teeth.
Yeah.
It does. Or just chewed spearmint.
I don't chew. I fucking hate chew.
No, chewing gum, like spearmint gum. Fucking dick. I've actually never dipped. So
You wrestled for like 12 years. There's no way you never dipped.
I never dipped. That was the one thing I wouldn't do. I've smoked weed, smoked cigarette, what?
Paging Dr. Bullshit.
Is that stupid fucking instrument over there?
The Glockenspiel?
God damn it. You gotta show that to the camera. This is a Glockenspiel. It's actually isn't it an African instrument?
Glockenspiel sounds pretty fucking German.
It sounds German, but I believe it's an African instrument. Let me look it up.
You have a computer.
I said let me look it up.
Oh.
I also have my dog on my lap.
Yeah.
This Sammy, good boy. Oh, I know. I'm sorry. This is fucking annoying. So what the fuck was I looking? Glock. How the hell do you spell it?
Say hey Siri. You have Siri on your computer.
Oh, that's right. What is a Glockenspiel?
All right. Here's what I got.
No way. Dude, it literally like pulled it up. I have that stupid magic bar on like the Mac. And it like populated. Haven't you seen it?
No. Whoa.
I can like type shit in here.
Yeah, my Mac is like 2 years old, man.
So
It doesn't have all that.
it doesn't have that shit. This isn't. Are you sure this is a Glockenspiel? This looks very different. This looks like it's just a bunch of photos of xylophones, motherfucker. That is not a Glockenspiel.
Let me see. So I was trying to play Through the Fire and Flames.
Oh, here. Here you go. See it? Look at all this. It's not a Glockenspiel. I don't have the box for like that thing anymore. Why don't you call it like a thumb musical machine? A thumb machine. A thumb instrument.
Right, I got this.
For all you ladies out there, I'm gonna fucking thumb instrument. I'm not gonna do that, but someone else might. Like Kevin Spacey, I'll give you my thumb instrument.
Hey, kid, you want to get far in acting?
Oh God. It's okay, buddy.
Is it a castanet?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was an African instrument. And then you're like, glockenspiel sounds pretty... It did sound pretty German. That's like, I didn't know the fucking name of that thing, so I'm going to take your word for it. But I'm pretty sure my aunt got that for me for Christmas. Told me
Dude, I
African
looked up
instrument.
elementary school instruments, and it was not on there.
Yeah, because it's from Africa, and they don't have normal elementary school instruments. It doesn't have like the... What's the... Not the flute, the fucking recorder.
Actually,
The fucking recorder.
no, a flute's correct because the recorder in medieval times was originally called a flute, and then they since changed it to what we now call flute. It's saxophone.
You mean the skin flute.
It's exactly.
Alex's favorite instrument is the skin flute.
Okay, you said.
Are you wearing a fucking a tennis chain right now, you jackass?
Yes.
Damn it.
Metal thumb instrument.
I'm getting a phone call right now.
Oh, it's called a thumb piano. Oh no.
Hey.
Kalimba. Kalimba. Yeah.
I'll have to call you back. A what?
A kalimba.
Well, thank you. That sounds incredibly African.
Or maybe a mbira.
That also sounds pretty accurate. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the mbira is an African musical instrument consisting of a wooden board with attached staggered metal tines.
That's an incredible description. Do you feel like you actually... I feel like I actually understand the instrument a little better now from that description. I should not be turning this by the screen. Just gonna snap. There goes my $1,700 fucking MacBook. Actually, it was like $1,900 after fucking tax. Some bullshit.
$2,300 because I have the upgraded graphics chip in it. Because I got it for video editing. Okay, now that we figured out.
Yeah. Anyway,
I
so.
know what we were talking about.
Yeah, no. Fucking being in our 20s and shit. Yeah. Something like that.
Oh, you said you never dipped, and I called you Dr. Bull.
I never dipped. I didn't dip. I drink. Smoke weed. I've done. It snowed outside a couple more times than this. If you know what I mean. And that's pretty much the extent that I have experimented. I didn't dip. No, I smoked cigarettes too. I think I said that earlier. But yeah, I didn't like you do it when you drink. You know what I mean? Like I'm fucking drunk. I need some nicotine so I can wake the fuck up. So I think I've had a total of like 5 cigarettes in my life.
Nice.
They're terrible. It's literally the worst thing.
It's like 14 and a half minutes off your life right there, if you're happy.
Is that a stick?
I don't know. AskTruth.org.
Oh, fuck that. Why don't I just type in fake news?
Every time you throw out a cigarette, it's 2.5 minutes off your life.
Jesus, man.
I just want it for the style. You honestly don't look cooler than you ever do in a fucking leather jacket, some dark jeans, and a cigarette, and some shades on at night.
Dude, Danny Zuko. I mean, he was just... Grease was fucking sweet.
Josh Homme. Look at Josh Homme on stage.
Oh, yeah.
Dude is so bold. He lights up a cigarette, takes one puff, and then flicks it at the audience. Just like, I don't fucking care. I'm from the desert.
Yeah, it doesn't give a fuck. Damn it. So, to pretty much kind of gather what the show... This is about, this is a fuck off type, podcast right now. The first episode, anyway. This is just kind of getting our feet wet. There's really no strategy. The fucking dog knocked the mic out of my pocket. Sammy, No.
It's on.
What?
Is it? Oh, no, it's on.
It's on. Hold on, buddy. Back on?
Yep. Technical difficulty.
Technical difficulty. Culprit. A mini Bernedoodle. He's mini Bernie's mountain. So he's Bernie's mountain dog and a mini poodle. And that's Sammy. That's where he came from.
Bernedoodle.
Got him from Amish country, man. They were really had great reviews, and I recommend these dogs to anyone. It's perfect size. He's fully grown. He's a year and a half basically. He'll be 2 in July. But hyperallergenic. They're very smart. They're extremely loyal. I mean, he's just kind of hanging out with us down here. He is. He's a very good boy. And there you go. Get that spot. Jesus. He's like, can you imagine taking your foot and scratching your face with it, like,
I can't.
on a regular
I
basis?
bet Rachel could. I bet Aaron probably could too.
Your hamstrings are so fucking huge. I mean, you have no flex. I mean, I can like bring my like foot like here. I used to be able to like put my foot almost over my head. I could put it up and over. But that was back like when I was incredibly flexible. But to kind of on a positive note, this is just a podcast about finding out more of who you are, hoping you can find something positive from this, What is it that's going to push you to that next, you don't have fear type level? That's I guess my question, because you need to respect fear and you need to have fear in order to be able to grow, because you don't run from it. You want to run into it, because then you're always going to still be afraid of something. And the most common thing with business anyway, or being self-employed, is, well, who the hell do I have to lean on to? What if something doesn't go right? What if I fail? And I will say this: you will fail a lot. You will fucking fail. And if you think, oh, I'm Mr. Badass and I can do this, and you're not gonna fail, you're fucking wrong, and you're not ready to be on the level you need to be just to even introduce yourself to becoming self-employed. You have to accept failure is going to happen, and you can't let it really get to your insecurities. That's my thought. And that being said, I wouldn't choose to go back on anything. You know what I mean? So it took me, let me tell you how long it fucking took me to fully realize when I was fed up with the rest of the bullshit of bosses, or, and there's a difference. A boss is someone who's going to fucking yell at you and say, why didn't you get this done? And a leader is going to be somebody who asks, how can I help so we don't run into this problem again? How can I help? Or how did I fail you? Or what can I do better to make sure we're not here again? That's a fucking leader, and that's someone you want to be able to be, to be friends with, to really get to know, to feed off of, to gain knowledge from, to be the owner of the business. That is who you want. So, with all your bosses and all the bullshit that you ever deal with, the takeaway is, when do you let it stop? When do you let this go? When are you going to go ahead and jump and try the only other fucking thing you haven't, realistically? And that's just to truly be guided by your own endeavors and your own desires and your own motivation. After LA Fitness, I quit because they kept fucking feeding me bullshit, telling me I was going to be a district vice president. Didn't fucking happen. I got sick of it. So, and I did very well for myself. I did very, very well, I would say. And I was so motivated. I was ready to continue to make more money, mostly so I could spend all of it. But now I'm in a little different place in my life. But after I hit that wall, I quit. I worked at Right Rug. That's where I met Aaron. And Then after that, I hated right rug. I really did. And it's nothing against that. It's just, it wasn't my niche. I was a division manager to sell blinds, like window treatments and stuff like that. And I couldn't get motivated behind the sell because I'm providing a service. I got blinds in here right now. We got some natural light coming through. I have floor to ceiling windows in here. So these are 9, I think down here is 9 feet.
Yeah, pretty tall.
Yeah, so we got like 9-foot windows, and this is the stuff I would do. And I just don't have. I'm providing a service and a need because you have to. It's privacy. You got to block out some of the light, but I couldn't get behind it, and the way I was being managed, it wasn't. I don't need to be micromanaged. That's not how I operate. But you got to earn the right to be able to say that. You know what I mean? And had I? No, because my numbers didn't reflect it. So, I mean, I underperformed on a number scale, but I really did try. I mean, I did it just, I gave it the chance, and it just fucking wasn't for me. And so I started to get really jaded at myself. I got really upset. I was hitting rock bottom. I was hitting there, but not yet. I was tumbling down the mountain to get to fucking rock bottom. And then after that, I was like, well, fuck, and I got my insurance license to sell life insurance and things like that. I worked for a company called AIL, and you are a 1099, but it's not like you are. You still had the same suffocating bosses. Yeah. And it's like, fuck this. Like I work better by having motivation and having that support, which is great, and not being micromanaged, because as soon as I get a task or I see it, I'm going to hit it. I'm going to run 100% at it, and I'm going to get it all I can. Well, it didn't work out for me, and for about a month, I was actually homeless. 2.5 years ago. 3 years ago, 3 years ago, I was pretty much, I was homeless. And I actually had to kind of figure that stuff out. I was just kind of couch surfing, man. And then one of my buddies ended up getting a place with him and one of his longtime friends, and we ended up living like three-bedroom apartment, 2-bedroom apartment, big finish, full finished basement. It was the OC.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we lived there, and then I was starting to get on my feet. Why I moved back? Because in the midst of all this, I had been doing what I do now, currently full-time, more than full-time, and that is, I'm an insurance specialist when it comes to storm damage. So I had been doing this part-time. I inspected a few roofs, a few properties, started to get my legs under me to really understand what this business was about, and then I had been doing that part-time, roof here and there, for probably a year and a half before I went full-time into it. That's why when I left AIL, that's when I went full-time into this. I called up Zach and I said, dude, Zach's one of the owners. I said, dude, I'm ready. Let's do this. So I jumped in. This was my point. When I fucking jumped in, I really jumped in. I listened to everything he said, but Zach knew me. We actually worked together before at LA Fitness, and he really knew me, and we're so similar. Met him before. Maybe you did.
I met him at like a tailgate or something.
That's right. And we just really work well together. Alex is his other business partner, and we're all business partners on other things as well now. Super cool. But that's when I got into this, and now I'm in. Right. I inspect properties for a living for storm damage, essentially. And we work directly with your insurance provider to get everything replaced fully, get the insurance company to agree that there is storm damage in some kind of way, whether that would be wind, that would be flooding, that would be hail, anything like that. And we also do mitigation claims as well. So if you do have a flood, we have all that stuff to take care of, and we also do fire claims. So I don't obviously do any of that stuff, but I've inspected so many roofs in the last 2.5 years, and where I'm at today is because I found a real passion in this, and that is I'd like to help people. Yeah. Was I helping somebody by putting fucking blinds in their window? Yeah. In a way, yes, But was it providing a true necessity? No. Not like a roof does. Not like siding does. Not like gutters to prevent flooding. And now I'm very passionate. So I just kind of found it, man. And it's about finding something that you're passionate about. And the money is great, and it's because I'm putting in so much effort. That's why. But that's not it. It's why is it so great, and it's because I genuinely feel passionate about this. I feel really, really good about this because the smile I put on people's faces, it sounds so fucking cheesy, but the smile I put on people's faces to get them, I got them such a heavy lift off their shoulders because they were afraid. People were afraid of insurance. They're like, oh no, I don't want to make a claim. I'm scared. I got missing shingles, but can we just repair it? You know, this and that. And there's so many questions to be had. And when I work with them and I'm able to get them exactly what we're seeking out, there's the storm damage. We worked with the insurance provider, and they pay a deductible, and that's it. So it's a win-win situation because I'm helping them out with a true necessity.
Yeah.
You ain't got no roof, I mean, you're fucked pretty much. But I help them out with a necessity to protect one of the most valuable investment you're ever going to own is a house. Pretty much that, outside of your business, I guess. But to help them protect that and, you know, do it in a manner that's costly and to show them that they shouldn't be afraid of what they actually pay for, why they pay premiums, is so cool to me. And I've been blessed to work with so many different insurance agents and insurance field adjusters and built great relationships with them because I think that they can see how much I actually give a shit. And I think that's really important. So the takeaway, a little exit we're going to start on the show is called, was it Makers and Breakers?
Yeah.
That's it. So Makers and Breakers. What is going to be the takeaway from, I guess, the whole podcast in general? Well, I'll have little tidbits here and there. Something different each podcast, hopefully. But the main maker or breaker is you need to give it your all. And I don't know if you agree, you know, we'll see what you think too. Give it your all when you finally feel that good feeling inside you that you're doing something not only that's positive, that's truly helping the other person, that you feel like you kind of found yourself. Until you feel that, you need to keep searching. And that's not to discredit that, because you still don't even know that. Sometimes you just don't know. Give 100% that you can, and then once you'll know. Everyone has their own individual wall that they hit, usually, without having that other perspective. Someone else saying, hey, look, you've been trying for 3 months, and I know you think it's long enough, but is it really? Like, have you done everything you could have done to make sure that this was a success or where you wanted to put it? And if that fucking answer is no, and maybe you both can collaborate, or someone you're really close to, significant other, best friend, parent, and if the answer is no, you didn't do everything good, get the fuck back out there, try it again, and do it until you truly have come to every answer possible by having a support system and working with somebody that really believes in you. And that's kind of my maker or breaker. I think you need to have that, because once you're 100% all in and you've done everything you can, I promise you, there's something else there. There's always going to be something else. You're going to have that feeling inside of you, and then you're going to give it way more than 100% because you know this is the right path. So that makes sense, I guess, right?
100%. Yeah. If you're going to do something, do it, because you can't half-ass a full-ass job.
That's a good saying. I like that. And on the last note, I don't know if anyone out there follows a gentleman named Colin Wayne. He's on Instagram. So he's a veteran. He's younger. I think he's probably early 30s, I'd imagine. But he owns a company called Redline Steel, and he's a huge entrepreneur. You know, I think he also grew up very similar that I did. not from a lot of money, and kind of made something of himself. But one of his quotes on his page was it was super cool, and I don't know if this is verbatim, but it was, being an entrepreneur is working a few years of your life like people won't, so you can live the rest of your life like most people can't. And that is fucking well said. So I couldn't agree more. That's pretty much as great as it gets. And fuck yeah, actually quote me on that. I think that was fucking verbatim. So but guys, I can't appreciate it enough that you guys are viewing this, and I hope I get some subscribers, since we're gonna put this on fucking YouTube and shit.
Yep.
Please hit the like button, subscribe. I'm gonna do a video every week, at least try. Maybe every other week, something like that. But hopefully every week. That's my goal, to aim for that. And it's just gonna be kind of tricky when you leave and stuff like that. You're gonna have to teach me this fucking bullshit that I don't know how to do. But yeah, hit the like button, subscribe, and we're gonna try and come out with some great content. Put some comments in there. Love your feedback, whether if it's negative, you want to be an asshole, that's cool. If it's positive, fantastic. And give suggestions on what to kind of talk about on the show. Well, I'm going to come up with plenty of shit to talk about, whatever that's political, business-wise, dumb shit, mistakes you make, anything like that. But I really appreciate it, guys. And again, I'm your host, Josh Sisler, and this is Jump In to Swim. Oh, yeah.
Like a gay fish.
Super gay fish.